So this is concrete canvas, a material Will Crawford and I invented at university. Essentially, you've got a cement-impregnated matting with a waterproof, impermeable backing on one side. All you do is you position it, cut it with hand tools, then you add water by spraying or immersing it. Within about an hour, it'll begin to harden to give you a durable concrete surface. Essentially, this enables you to put in infrastructure with a minimum of equipment and labour and materials very, very rapidly. Concrete canvas was developed to enable the construction of concrete canvas shelters. So this is the size of the package that a shelter is delivered in. Essentially, you have an inflatable inner, and bonded to the outside of that, you have the concrete canvas material. That's then folded up and sealed in a plastic bag, which is delivered to the site where you want to put up the building. You open the bag, turn on a blower which inflates the structure. It's then pegged down with steel pegs, which are driven in using a hammer around the perimeter, and then you just soak it in water by spraying. And it doesn't have to be drinking water, so it'll work underwater in seawater. So here you can see how it would work with a full-scale shelter. You just work your way around it to make sure that it's fully hydrated. Once it's hydrated, you leave it overnight. In the morning, you open the doors, and the building's ready for use. So this is what it's like inside. Using the inflatable inner takes 2 people about 1 hour to put up 54 square metres of hardened, sterilisable space. The big advantage is secure from the first day. And because it's a hardened building, just as you would in any conventional permanent building, you can drill holes, attach fixings and install services in exactly the same way.
Myself and Peter met while studying at a design college, and that's where we came up with the idea for the concrete canvas shelters in response to a design competition. The cloth has been used in a lot of developing countries around the world. For example, it's been trialled in Ethiopia as a method of forming rainwater harvesting ponds, and we're working with different organisations in Japan at the moment for ways that the cloth could be used to rebuild and reconstruct the infrastructure out there.
We've only sold shelters within respectable countries within NATO, and also it's a building, it's not a weapon. So from an ethical point of view, we do try and approach it in that way. We see no problem with supplying to people like the British Army to protect soldiers and improve their lives. We think that's a viable thing to do. What you're getting is something as fast as a tent, but that gives you a permanent building. Now, one of the differences, if you compare it to a tent, it's more expensive and it's heavier. If you compare it to a permanent building, it's lighter and quicker.